the girl deliberately used a steel needle to pierce her thigh, creating the illusion that she had just started her period. Then she quickly ran back to her mother's side, lifting her skirt to reveal the bloodstains. When her mother saw this, she mistakenly thought her daughter had started her period, so she grabbed her and hurried back to the room to take care of her. Little did she know, the girl was trying to distract her mother. The girl then anxiously explained to her mother that the farm owner who invited them over was actually a serial killer. Her mother was in complete disbelief. To prove what she was saying was true, the girl quickly pulled out her phone, showing pictures of the murderer with other people. Clearly, they weren't the first family to be deceived. The previous guests who had been invited were all brutally murdered. Just hours earlier, the farm owner's mute son, Jack, had brought the girl to the basement warehouse. There, he opened an old, dusty photo album and showed her a photo of the farm owner with Jack's parents. As the girl was left confused, Jack suddenly pointed at himself in the photo and then made a hand gesture toward the girl. At that moment, the girl realized the truth. The farm owner had murdered Jack's biological parents to take him in as his adopted son and had cut out his tongue to keep the secret. But what made the girl even more desperate was that the next target in the photo was her own family. The girl quickly took a picture of the photo and ran to her mother to describe everything that had happened. When her mother realized how urgent the situation was, she tried to stay calm and called her husband, John. The two of them acted as if nothing was wrong and returned to their room, fearing the murder Kevin would send something off. Then the mother shared the news with John. John immediately grabbed a knife for self-defense and went to say goodbye to Kevin and his wife. Surprisingly, Kevin didn't stop them, but his smile showed that he was scheming something. As they were about to get in the car, they discovered that one of the tires was flat. Reluctantly, John pretended nothing was wrong, just to quickly get away from that place. As they were opening the car door, Kevin quickly stepped in front of them, saying that the back tire was flat and that he could help fix it. To avoid arousing Kevin's suspicion, John had no choice but to agree. Luckily, it wasn't long before the car was fixed when the girl said goodbye to Jack. She quietly promised to come back and rescue him. Then, they quickly got in the car and drove away. Just when they thought they had escaped, they looked back to see Kevin throwing Jack into a ditch. It was clear that Kevin had realized Jack had leaked the secret. At that moment, Jack struggled desperately in the water, and John immediately jumped out of the car to rescue him despite the danger. But when he was about to climb back up, he found that the mother and daughter were now being held at gunpoint by Kevin. They were then locked in a basement. Kevin planned to inject Mary with a sedative, but when the mother heard this, she became enraged and immediately pulled out a hidden knife to slash Kevin's face, taking advantage of the distraction. The mother snatched the shotgun from the woman's hands. After a fierce struggle, the mother successfully took the shotgun and led the others to escape the room. But halfway down the road, they were blocked by Kevin's friend. Seeing the man holding a shotgun, they had no choice but to retreat back into the yard. They ran into a room and locked the steel door. Meanwhile, Kevin's friend let Kevin and his wife out. They then split up to coordinate their attack. The big bearded man used a ladder to try to climb through the window, while Kevin tried to break open the door. Knowing the enemies were determined to catch them, the group quickly realized they had to fight back or they'd be trapped there forever. They had Mary and her mother hide in the wardrobe while John searched for useful tools. Just then, Kevin pried open the door. Luckily, the woman saw this and quickly blocked the door with the wardrobe. Seeing that this wasn't going to work, just as Kevin and his wife burst through the door, the woman swiftly escaped from the other side. When Kevin chased after her, she grabbed some insecticide and attacked him from behind, blinding his eyes in an instant. Then, she led the two children to quickly escape the scene. However, they accidentally ran into the big bearded man on the way. At the critical moment, John rushed over, hitting the man with a hammer and knocking him to the ground. But the man had incredible strength and quickly pinned John down just when John was about to die. The woman attacked from behind. Meanwhile, Kevin was washing his eyes, worried that John and the others might escape. So he told his wife to go after them just as John was preparing to climb down the ladder. He found that Kevin had caught up. Luckily, the woman attacked from behind in time, and Kevin fell straight off the roof. But unexpectedly, Mary was captured by Kevin. Kevin threatened them to drop their weapons. For Mary's safety, John had no choice but to comply. Just as Kevin was about to kill them, Mary grabbed a hidden sedative and injected it into Kevin. The next moment, Kevin collapsed to the ground. At this point, Jack could no longer hold back his anger and picked up a brick to smash Kevin's head. In the end, he successfully avenged his parents, and the family of three escaped the crisis.